See, we have already taken our first lesson. Now I hope you got your exam timetable and the dates for that. And today once more we will do the revision of the lesson, the swing. Understood? I hope you all have studied the lessons. Already the notes had come to you, isn't it? So you listen first. I will go through the poem once more. Let me start. How do you like to go up in a swing? Up in the air so blue. Oh, I do think it is the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall till I can see so wide. Rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside. Till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown. Up in the air I go flying again, up in the air and down. So have you read the poem? Yes, I think you have read the poem many times, isn't it? So how is the poem? Yes, going in a swing. What do you mean by swing? Everywhere you have seen the swing. In the park, even during the autumn time, you will put swing in your house also, and in our school also it is, isn't it? Have you seen the picture? Yes, this is the swing. And if when you are in the swing, you are enjoying the most. Why you are enjoying the most? Because it is going, once it is going up in the air, and then at the same moment coming back also, isn't it? So it is a to and fro position, isn't it? So that means even grown up, not only the children, even grown up also enjoy going in a swing, isn't it? So now, how do you like? The first line is asking, how do you like to go up in a swing? So even you also, how do you like? All of you likes to go in a swing? Yes, everybody likes to go in a swing, isn't it? When you get time. Even in the school, when you were in the school, whenever you get time, first you will run where? In the swing. Suppose when you go in a park, swing is there, seesaw is there, hide and seek, everything is there. But majority children likes to go where only? In the swing, isn't it? Going in a swing is something pleasurable. Understood? So the first question only, how do you like to go up in a swing? Up in the air so blue. That means when we go up in the air, what is the color of the sky? Yes, it is blue. It is blue. Up in the air so blue. Oh, I do think it is the pleasantest thing. What do you mean by pleasantest thing? Pleasant means enjoyable. Pleasant means enjoyable. So it is something enjoyable. We are enjoying once when we are in the swing. Actually, we are enjoying, isn't it? How much we are enjoying? We are enjoying more than anything. So, going in the swing up in the air, it is something pleasantest thing to see. That means something enjoyable. Even a child can do that. Means when a child is in the swing, here who is in the swing? The child is in the swing. So it is the pleasantest thing as far as a child is concerned. Where? Going up in the swing. Understood? 4 lines you understood? All of you? I will go through that 4 lines once more. How do you like to go up in a swing? Up in the air so blue. So up in the air so blue refers to what? To the blue sky. Oh, I do think it is the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. That means as far as a child like you, a child is considered, which is the pleasantest thing to go in a swing up in the air. Yes. Now we are coming to the next line. Up in the air and over the wall till I can see so wide. Rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside. That means when we are going up in the air, we are seeing many things from there to a far distance. So far distance, what all things are there, while we are on the ground, we are not able to see. So once we are above the ground, going up in the air, we can see many things. What are the things we can see? Rivers, cattle and trees, isn't it? Suppose when we go too fast in the swing, we can see the top of the building, top of the tree also, isn't it? Yes. So up in the air and over the world, that means going high from the ground level, we can see the top of the wall also. Till I can see so wide, and it is very wide. It is spreaded in a large area. Rivers and trees and cattle and also, if any cattle, any cow or buffalo, anything is standing at a far distance, when we go up in the air, while the swing is going up, what we can see? We can see those animals over there at a far distance, isn't it? Even if there is a river also, we can see the water flowing there because we are high from the ground level. Understood? Till I look down on the garden green. So, next line I am reading. Till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown, up in the air I go flying again, up in the air and down. So, till once I go up, I can see everything at a far distance and at a high level, isn't it? Then after going up, what will I do in the swing? I will again come down, isn't it? I will come down and go at the back. So again I am going at the back means to a height. So when I am on the top, I am seeing everything at a far distance, and once when I am coming down, till I look on the garden green, I can see what? The green color of the garden. Down on the roof so brown. Then what's the color of the roof of the houses? Brown in color. I can see the brown color of the roof. Understood? Then again, what I will do? Again I am going at the back also, I am up in the air. Again coming down, then again going forward. Again I am going up in the air. Understood? So, 2 times up in the air. Once in the front and another time at the back. Then in the middle I am on the ground level. Understood? Now understood the poem? I will go through it once more. How do you like to go up in a swing? Up in the air so blue. Oh, I do think it is the pleasantest thing. Pleasantest means enjoyable thing. Even a child can do, anybody can do. Up in the air and over the wall, till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside. Till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown, up in the air, I go flying again, up in the air and down. Now, any doubt over there? So, already in the poem I have taken before also. So, once more I have taken the whole thing. Now, you understood all of you? Yes. Now, according to your notes sent for you, I will read the exercise based on your lesson in your textbook. Understood? First question. Tick the correct answer. The child on the swing goes, and 2 options are there. One is over the wall and another one is over his house. So, the child on the swing is going over the wall or over his house. Where the child is going? We can see in the poem where the child is going. I will read. Now look. Up in the air and over the wall till I can so wide. So the child on the swing goes where? Over the wall. The first one is over the wall. First one is over the wall. Not over the house, isn't it? But when coming, what the child can see? The color of the roof. What is the color of the roof? Brown color. Now next question. The child on the swing can see the first option. Rivers, trees and cattle children play. So when the child is on the swing, what she can or he can see? I'll go through the poem. Just look the lines of the poem. Up in the air and over the world, till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside. So what is the child seeing? Yes, rivers, trees and cattle. Rivers, trees and cattle. So now you got the answer for the both. The first one, the child on the swings goes over the wall and the child on the swing sees what are rivers, trees and cattle. Now coming to the next question. Complete the sentence. Choose the word from the bracket. So in the bracket options are given you and you have to choose the most correct one. The poet thinks the color of the air is, three colors are given, pink, blue and green. So up in the air, so blue, isn't it? It is said like that, up in the air, so blue. So the poet thinks the color of the air is what color? Pink, blue or green? Yes, it is blue in color. What's the color? Blue. That is the question number 2. Number 1. Now the next question. The poet thinks going up dash is a pleasant thing to do. So option is in the air, rivers and trees. So which is the pleasantest thing? As far as when the child is in the swing, which is the pleasantest thing? Going up in the air or seeing the rivers and the trees and the cattle. Which is the pleasantest thing? Most enjoyable thing is seeing the rivers, cattle and trees or up in the air. Yes, up in the air, isn't it? That means a child when going up, where? In the air. In the air is the pleasantest thing. Now question number 3. The poet looks down upon the dash wall, garden, green. So when going up and coming down, where the child is looking? Looking at the wall or garden green? The line is over there, isn't it? What is the line? Just listen. Come to the last stanza of the line. Rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside, till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown. So where is the the poet looking down upon the wall or garden green? Looking upon the garden green. So now you understood the 3 answers. The first one, I'll go through the question. The poet thinks the color of the air is blue. Second one, the poet thinks going up dash is the pleasant thing to do. Which is the pleasant thing to do? Going up in the air. Third one, the poet looks down upon the dash wall or garden green. Looks down upon the garden green. Understood? Now some pictures are given in your textbook and there the question is tick the things that fly in the air. Understood? Can you see some pictures are there? These are the pictures and you have to show which are the ones flying in the air. So fish, then birds, balloon, kite, flowers, then helicopter. These are the pictures already given. Understood? So among these you have to say which are the ones which can be seen flying in the air. A flower, can you see a flower flying in the air? No, isn't it? So, fish, can it go high up in the air? No. Birds, yes. Balloon, if you let the balloon go from our hand, it can go high up in the air, isn't it? Even the kite, how is the kite? With the help of the thread, we are flying the kite, and once the thread is away from our hand, what will happen to the kite? It will go high up in the air. Understood all of you? So those pictures, understood? Now we are coming to the adjectives. What do you mean by adjective? All describing words are called adjective. Understood? All the words used to describe the nouns are called adjective. Adjective means describing words. Describing words. Suppose we say beautiful flower. Red dress. So which is the noun here? What do you mean by noun? What do you mean by noun? What do you mean by noun? Yes, all naming words are called nouns, isn't it? All naming words. All naming words are called nouns. Name of anything. So when you describe those naming words, they are called adjectives. Understood? The words used to describe a noun and a pronoun. What do you mean by pronoun? Word standing instead of a noun. Word standing instead of noun. That means he, she, they, etc. Understood? These are the pronouns. So now, adjective means all the describing words, wherever the nouns are there, when we describe it, they are called adjectives, and that means both noun as well as pronoun can be described. They are called adjectives. Now, beautiful flower, which is a noun. What we are describing? We are describing what? We are describing a flower, isn't it? Is the noun. And that flower is, how it is being described? Yes, we are saying it is beautiful. Understood? So, this word beautiful is the adjective. Understood? This word beautiful is the adjective and a flower is the noun. Flower is the noun. So, when the noun, the word used to describe the noun, it is called adjective. Here, the word used to describe the flower. What is the word used to describe the flower? Beautiful. So it is the adjective. Understood? And here red dress. So which is a noun here? What we are describing? Engineer noun will describe it. Yes, we are describing the dress. So the dress, we are saying about the color of that dress. What is the color of the dress? Red. So now how is the dress? The noun is being described by showing its color. So this is the adjective. Understood now? So what is adjective? Describe the words used to describe a noun or a pronoun is called adjective. And when we describe them by using the words before. So those words will be before the noun, not after the noun, before the noun. Understood? They are called adjectives. Understood? So in your text, page number 11, it is there. Now listen. Words that tell. So when you read your textbook, what you have to do is just to take pencil and underline it. Understood? So now what we have to underline? You have to take a pencil and underline this. Words that tell us more about a noun or a pronoun are called adjectives or describing words. So using a pencil, you have to underline it. Why to underline? So that we can note down what is an adjective. So when you open a text, we can remember what is an adjective. What is an adjective? Or describing words. Words used to describe a noun or pronoun is called adjective. Understood all of you? So when you read the text, you have to do like that. Understood? So that you will remember. Now look, some words, now you understood. Some words that can describe a mango. So you can see the picture of a mango there, isn't it? And some words are, 4 words are given. First word is juicy, then ripe, then sweet and yellow. So 4 words are used for the noun. Which noun? Mango, isn't it? For the noun mango. Mango is the name, isn't it? So now 4 words are used for this. Which are the 4 words? Juicy, ripe, sweet and yellow. So all these are describing what? All these words are describing? Yes, describing mango. We can say juicy mango or a ripe mango or sweet mango or yellow mango. So when we use words like this to describe a noun or a pronoun, it is called what? Adjective. Understood all of you? Clear to you all of you? So if any question come like this, you should remember what is an adjective and where are the adjectives used and how it is being used. Understood? Suppose if these four words are not coming, if another some words are coming, you should know that whenever a noun is being described by using the words, we can say it is an adjective. Understood? Now again, some words that can describe a butterfly. Second question is describing a butterfly. Like that, instead of butterfly, we can say something else also. We can say toy or we can say book. Anything, whatever noun is there, all the words which are being used to describe are called adjective. So here again, T are there. How is the butterfly described? Yes, we can say it is a beautiful butterfly. So the word which comes for describing beautiful. Second one, colorful butterfly. So which is the adjective there? Colorful. Then happy butterfly. So which is the other word used for describing happy. So understood? All of you understood? Any doubt over here? Adjectives. So adjective means describing words. That means the words used to describe any noun or a pronoun. Understood? So this is the noun and this is the adjective. Whatever word is used to describe any kind of noun, it is said to be adjective. Clear to you, all of you? Now coming to the next question. Underline the adjective. Again some pictures are given over there and again some phrases are given and you have to color the pictures. So 2, 3, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures are given already and you have to color it. One is a building, another one is rainbow, then balloon, clouds and sun. So you color it accordingly. Whatever color is good for them, match with it. Understood? Then from this you have to take down the adjectives. First one is colorful balloon. So what kind of a balloon? Colorful. So describing the balloon with using which word? Colorful. Isn't it? So one balloon is there and it is being described with another word that is colorful. Describing the balloon colorful. So which is the adjective there? Balloon or colorful? Yes, colorful. Understood now? This is a noun. And it is being described by using the word colorful. Next one, beautiful rainbow. So what is the word used to describe the rainbow? Beautiful. Now next one, hot sun. How is the sun being described? hot. Then big building. One building is there showing that whether it is small or it can be small also. If instead of small, big, if you say small building also, then also which is the adjective there? That's small only, isn't it? Because noun is the building. Then dark clouds. So clouds are being described by using the word dark. Understood now? Any doubt over there? Now next one. Adjectives are of different kinds. Color and shape. Taste, size, feel, age, number and sound. So which are the different kinds? Color, shape, taste, size, feel, age, sound and number. Understood? Color and shape, then taste, size, feel, age, sound, number. You have to underline all that in your textbook. Understood? Using pencil. You have to underline it. So color and shape. We had said before, isn't it? Yellow mango. So mango is described by using which adjective? Yes, we have used the color, isn't it? What's the color of the mango? Yellow. That means before we have studied that on the top of your textbook. One mango was given and what was the color? Yellow. So here which adjective? Color. Understood? Then in the question, red apple square board. So shape of the table. Suppose the table is a rectangle or square. Table. So table is described square, rectangle. That means what? It is the shape. Shape of the table. Shape of the table, it can be rectangular or square in shape. Here also yellow, red, any color. Understood? Here also any shape. So the adjective is which one? Shape. Understood? That is one kind. Next one is taste. Next is taste. You can say juicy, apple. Isn't it? Saying or sour grapes. Sour means paper. So grapes. So these two are the taste, showing the taste of two fruits, apple and grapes. Understood? Then saying about the size. Next is saying about the size. That means big balloon. Big balloon. Understood? Big balloon or small pencil. Small pencil. So pencil is described by using the word small. Balloon is described by using the adjective big. Now next coming feeling, isn't it? When you touch your hand, you feel what? Soft. Soft hand. Understood? Or hard body. So these two are the adjectives. Now next is coming to the age. Old grandfather. Old grandfather or young boy. Understood? Or small baby. So these all shows the age of each one. That means old, young, small. Understood? Next, coming to the number. Sorry, coming to the sound. Loud noise. Loud noise, hard voice. Sweet music. Describing the nouns like loud, hard, sweet. Understood? Then showing number. 2 birds. 1 pencil. So you can use any words for describing any nouns. Understood? That means color, shape, taste, size, feel, age, sound and number. These are the kinds of adjectives. So any doubt over there? Some examples are already given in your textbook, page number 11. Understood? When you read, you should read properly and you should understand it. So like this, suppose if these are not the questions that are coming, questions can be different also words using, then also you should know what are adjectives. Understood? All the words which are used to describe the nouns. Now next question. Name the kind of adjectives given below. Write the. So here some about the 7 words are all given already here, and there you have to say whether they are color in adjective or shape or taste or size, then feel, age, sound or number. Any one of these. First one, green parrot. Green parrot means parrot is described by using the word green. So green shows what? Yes, color. 3 girls, showing the number of girls. So what kind of adjective? It is number. Then soft hair. The hair is soft. So it is showing the feeling. Then feeling means when you touch you can feel something. Understood? Old man, showing the age. Round earth, showing the shape. So lemon, showing the taste. Harsh sun, it is the feeling. Understood now? So any doubt over here? All understood? Now the opposite. Next one is opposite. Now saying the opposite. First one is hard. H-A-R-D. Hard, soft. Hard, soft. Then small, bigger. Then fat, thin. Fat, thin. Understood? So these are the opposites already given in your textbook. First one, hard. What is the opposite? Soft. Hard means something very strong enough. Soft means it is very soft. Then small, small in size, and the opposite is bigger. Then fat, becoming very fat and becoming very thin. Thin means not very fat, like this smelling it. Understood? Now all children love ice cream. Can you describe why you like it? So ice cream, what kind of ice cream? Ice creams are of different flavors. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, isn't it? Different flavors are there. So now ice cream, how to describe? It is cold, then juicy or creamy or tasty or any other flavor, vanilla or chocolate or strawberry. That all you can do it. So you can write according to your own. Don't try to write what is in your notebook. Suppose you forgot to write something, you forgot what is being written in your notebook. Then also, if you remember something by your own, you can write it. Understood? Suppose in your textbook, a madam has given you chocolate. Suppose you forgot about it, and then suddenly you think you got that flavor strawberry, or you got the flavor ice creamy. So then what you can write? You can write that. Understood? Then also it is correct. But when you do the answers, you should think and do it. Understood? So now we are coming to the end of the lesson, and then so your exam timetable has been sent to you, and you should see when is your English paper, and you should study all the answers whatever been given to you, and you should remember that how to write. Suppose you forget a word from what is given on the opposite or any of the activities what is given in your textbook, you are not remembering. Still, when you remember of describing anything of the same sort, you should write the answer. Understood? Now, I hope you have understood the lesson thoroughly.